France's President Macron says Europe should not allow the American rhythm, should not follow the American rhythm, as he puts it, on Taiwan. He made these comments after meeting with China's Xi Jinping. Adam Boehler is with us. He's the CEO of Rubicon and a former senior Trump administration official. Adam, did Macron sell out to China? I haven't heard a word about this from our president.
I think it was very dangerous when he said what he said, and very convenient, too, because last I checked, Macron didn't think there was a difference when we supported NATO and backed up Europe as Russia attacked Ukraine. So I found the comments very irresponsible and not helpful relative to Taiwan. And you saw China act almost right away after that.
Is the world split between this new arrangement, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and the United States and Russia? I'm sorry, and the United States and Europe is moving away from us. Is that an accurate description?
I would hope not. I mean, I did notice that when Macron got back, the rest of Europe was very upset about his comments. I think, he likes to think of France as a superpower. Last I checked, it's not the 1700s, and he's not Napoleon. And so I did see the rest of Europe upset. I think where we need to be foreign policy-wise, and we usually do a good job, we should be with Europeans, we should be with those countries close to you, to us in the Western Hemisphere, and we should be surrounding China with Japan, Korea, Taiwan, the others that are our friends, and look at China's friends. They're the B list. Iran, USSR, or sorry, Russia. I can't tell anymore. But those countries are their friends. Let's focus on developing and backing up our real friends, and Macron should not go astray there.
Does Hunter Biden have anything to do with this? I mean, he's on the trip. He's on Air Force One.
It's bizarre, given all of the details around Hunter Biden. He might be somebody that if I'm the president, I leave at home and keep a little quiet. Doesn't seem like somebody I want to throw into the mix.
What's our standing in the world at the moment, Adam?
What I really worry about, if you look at Russia and what they did with Macron, they would not have been able to do that before. And I think you hark back, the way I think about this is it starts with Afghanistan, then it goes to Russia, Ukraine, and now you see an emboldened China. And we really saw that as they brought our enemy, Iran, together for Middle East peace with the Saudis. Totally different from the Abraham Accords. This administration, I'm going to give a recommendation. We're very common, and it's a very bipartisan approach to really fight China. I think both administrations recognize the strength. What we need are actions, not words. We need to see more trade alliances. We need to see more economic alliances. That was my agency. It was the dollars to counteract China's Belt and Road. China is making a very big push here, and it is time for us to show our strength.
Got it. Adam Boehler, thank you very much for being with us. I'm sure we'll see you again.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thanks, Adam.